Hi, Dan. This is Dr. Dennis. I can only stay a couple minutes. I wanted to say hi. So.
All right, great. Well, hey, it's 11 o'clock, and before you take off, do you have any words of wisdom or any comments that you want to share with all the attendees of the Breakfast Club today before you take off?
Absolutely. So, are you going to mute this, or will you mute it?
Yeah, hang on 1 second. Let me mute the line. This is invalid. Let me try one more time to mute everything.
Conference muted.
There we go. All right, go ahead, Dr. Dennis.
Thanks, Joe. First of all, I heard a very passionate presentation by Cindy Belmonte, the kbgoldevents.com from that the Monday, Wednesday night people familiar with her, and on the Thursday afternoon, because she came down and met with you and Boomer, and was just extremely and impressed, and it was very uplifting for her. So I just want to put the guys did a great job. And on top of that, just in perspective, once again, I'm a very big fan of perspective, and looking where we are and where we've come from and where we're going to. I got a pleasant surprise yesterday because, and I want to put this out there, if you think about the whole, where we are, where we've been, and where we're going, when we started, we were in five small countries in Europe, some prestigious countries, but small nonetheless, population-wise. And now here we are with all these countries. Well, in the course of building this, as it's coming and as it's growing, as we're going from this bramble path to a super highway, part of it is promise that we were going to go into and open other countries all around the world, and to have the hugeness of this project. So in the course of that whole process, along the way, I contacted a wonderful lady with a lot of experience in marketing, who was from the Chicago, Illinois area, and had moved her and her husband down to Panama. And she decided this was worth building on the come, as they say in poker. It was coming. She saw where it was going. She saw the big picture and started to build and build around Panama and elsewhere. And I also went to a friend of mine in the United Kingdom, and he saw it, and he started to build, and he signed up a gentleman who lives in Kansas City but is from Malaysia and has tremendous contacts to that area of the world. Tremendous contacts. But none of that was producing fruit because we weren't open in Panama and we weren't open in Malaysia. Well, we are now. So while you're building your business, understand you can build it in the moment, the three process, register appropriately, make the purchase or purchases that are appropriate for you, and then share. Register, purchase, share, move it forward. But don't let it stop you to move forward into regions that are not yet open, because they will be. And this, I just want to give you a concrete example of what can happen, because now these people are going to move forward very aggressively. They've been waiting for all this time, and now here we are. So I just wanted to share that with you, Joe.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And yeah, we had an outstanding 8 days in San Diego and even up the coast. The first thing we did when we got there is to hook up with Big Boomer, who's on the call here, and Big Boomer took us down to his beautiful ranch on 8.5 acres down on the close to the Mexican border. And we just had I don't even know how to put it into words, just a fantastic connection, quality time together, kind of got on the same page as to our vision, and then we went out and started doing meetings. And I'll let Boomer kind of share what we did was we've connected. It's one thing to connect on the telephone and through Skype and other forms, but to be there in the flesh and in person, and the energy and the enthusiasm and meeting these quality leaders, this core group of leaders that drove, some of them 3.5, 4 hours to get to Mount Helix, Boomer, and drove all the way up the top of that mountain, and we did a historic meeting. And in fact, you can find the video recordings that Terry's on the line here, and he drove clear down from the L.A. area and fought traffic to get there on time and recorded that meeting, and as well as some others that we did. And those are now available to view at mykbgold.us, mykbgold.us. And under the Customer tab, we recorded a video just for customers, just for people that may be senior citizens and have retired, they have money, they're looking for a safe place to put. This is for people that aren't necessarily interested in building a business. This is just a video that has compelling reasons why you need to have an account with KB. Simple as that. Says nothing about the business, just compelling evidence, reasons, statistics, why you need an account. It's 3 minutes and 12 seconds long. Terry did a fantastic job editing that. Then, of course, if you mouse over the More tab, we have a new tab there, Recorded Video Gallery. And at the top of that page, you'll see the actual meeting that we did, edited down to 25 minutes by Terry. Part one of the meeting that we did up there on Mount Helix, and I would very much encourage everybody to take a look at those two videos and use those appropriately to educate people that you want to expose to this fantastic opportunity. But Boomer, man, hey, great job. Great to actually meet you. Gosh, we've been doing business together for 3 years and never met face to face until last week. And man, I knew you were a quality individual. You and your wife Claire, and but believe me, she is the living evidence that you did marry up. just like Sally. Sally is evidence that I married up. So. Go ahead and share what you want, man. I was blown away by the whole experience.
Well, you know, it's something to be talking with somebody on a combined effort for 3 years and never, ever meet them. Just think about it for a minute. How many relationships do you have ongoing on a literal daily or bi-daily basis that you never have met the individual? And for 3 years? So being able to connect with Joe, and I know where his heart is, and all the where his allegiances lie. I'm going to tell you, it was exciting. It was absolutely exciting, and it was better than I even anticipated. So, you know, we really got lined up. We got a game plan going, and just to meet his whole family was fantastic. You know, up on the mountain, we only had like 36 hours or something before we decided to have that meeting up there. We kind of posted it out, and you know there were lots of people that said they wanted to come, and then the last minute they couldn't make it. So you look at all the people that did come. I give my hats off to you because you had to prioritize some things, and you got it out of the way in order to come. 3.5 hours to drive down for an hour meeting. But you know what? That meeting was powerful, and there's some people that made decisions. We had two individuals, particularly, are going to be making over $4,000 orders. And funding their own account because they know the significance of actually owning and funding your own account. I mean, I think the light bulb went on. And so I hope you endear yourselves to watch some of those videos and get the meaning, because I'm not a professional, I'm really not a pro in the video arena or even in other realms. I'm just a regular, common sense guy. That's it. So things that I say might relate to you, and definitely things that Joe says. I mean, the video comparing buying bullion coins as opposed to KB cards, powerful. Wow. So I hope you can utilize those to your advantage in sharing and communicating an idea, because the toughest thing to do is to pass one idea to another and be understood as to what you're passing.
So, right. And the most common way I always use is just think of it. Any of you married? How many times have you tried to tell something to your wife or your spouse and they misunderstood you? Or your kids?
Boomer, I know. One of the main reasons why people attend the Breakfast Club is to get the basics on and the building blocks and the fundamentals, not only on the business model itself, but how to grow a business. And let's kind of let's touch on some of the fundamentals. First of all, people need to register an account, and it works just like most online bank accounts. It's free to set it up, and you get your account set up, and then the next thing you need to do is upgrade to affiliate. And after you upgrade to affiliate, you need to do your KYC documents. I just had a stunning Skype call with KB Corporate in Stuttgart, Germany this morning, and they have discovered that the reason why a lot of commissions are not getting paid out to people is the KYC documents aren't done. A lot of people are purchasing orders and they haven't done their KYC documents. Some haven't done them properly. And we need to go on a crusade to make sure all of our people that we have brought into the business have done their KYC documents, and not only done them, but have been approved. Because it's like a hairball in a sink. It's clogging up the commissions, and people aren't receiving the commissions that they should, simply because that one important step 2, or actually it's step 3 of the 4-step process has not been completed. You know, Boomer, the enrollment is step 1 of 4 important steps. You need to register people, then they need to go to kb-vision.com. They need to upgrade to affiliate. Everyone, I repeat, everyone is by default a customer. I was one. Boomer, you were one. We had to manually upgrade to affiliate.
Right.
If you do not do that, you're a customer and you cannot receive any referral rewards. Step 2, vital. Got to get it done, guys. And then once you do that, you have to do your KYC documents. Why do you need to do that? Well, because this is a financial institution that's doing business internationally, and KYC stands for Know Your Client or Know Your Customer, and that it puts the burden of proof on each and every person that registers an account. You have to prove to KB that you are who you say you are, and that you live where you say you live, and the burden of proof is on you. And you have to prove that by uploading those 2 important documents. And if you don't do that, you are not going to be able to participate in the program. So you've got to get that done, and that's step 3. Step 4 is buy gold. My goodness, guys. Each day that you wait to buy gold, you're losing profits. Have you seen the move that gold has made over the last 3 months, 4 months, 5 months? I go clear back to February, Boomer, when I bought my first samples from Stuttgart. I bought those for $65 US. Right now, I just did the spot prices, which I do every day. Right now, 1 gram is up to almost $85 a gram, 84.96 US dollars. I paid 65. Now they're worth 85. Do the math on that.
Right.
6-month return on your investment? Are you kidding me?
Right.
And in that period of time, gold has outperformed every asset class, without exception. It's crushed silver. Silver is stuck in a rut. It's just now starting to wake up. But gold has outperformed silver. It's outperformed every other asset class, the stock market, bonds, you name it. There's nothing that's even close. And as I've been preaching to the choir in many cases, and others trying to wake them up, each day you wait, you're losing profits. I don't know why people are afraid. I do know there's a lot of uninformed people out there, and primarily they're stockbrokers that are telling people that gold has peaked out.
No,
gold has reached. Gold is gonna go down. It's at an all-time high, and everything that goes up must come down. And they're correct. But unfortunately, they're uninformed, or because they can't make any money on gold, they're trying to get people back in the stock market. But I'm going to tell you, you look at what the stock market's done this year, down over 15%, a little over 15%, and gold in the same period of time is up over 25%. So that tells you right there, people are selling stocks and buying gold. And as long as that happens, the price of gold is going to continue to go up. The price in the stock market is going to continue to go down. So the question is, do you want to be on a winning team or a losing team? You want your portfolio and your account value to go up or go down? And
right.
People and the brokers and the financial people that tell people that gold's going to go down and the stock market's going to wake up and go up, I'll challenge them any day to compare notes and compare research and fundamentals. And Boomer, as we did the meetings, we talked about the fundamentals. We talked about the technicals.
Right.
And it's compelling evidence that and there's no guarantee. But all you can do is all you can do, and I've always been one to get down in the dirt and do my homework before I put my money where my mouth is. Let's face it, guys. We all work hard for our money, and we want to first of all conserve what we've made. The first objective is to get your money positioned so you're not going to lose anymore.
Yep.
And the second objective is to grow it, multiply it if you can. And I always like to take people back in time to the fall of 2008 when the markets nearly collapsed. You had over $10 trillion of asset value lost in 2 months. And how many people do you know that have IRAs, 401ks, and KIOs that worked very hard, 25, 30, 35, 40 years of their life to accumulate those IRAs, only to lose half of it in 2 months?
Right.
So I take them back to that time, and the reason why they lost was because they weren't positioned properly. They were in the stock market when they should have been in gold and silver. And the same thing is happening as we speak. It's happening slower now. But in the last 2 to 3 weeks, you've seen the stock market go down 400, 500, 600 points in one day. People's accounts gone down 3, 5, 6, 7, even some 10% a day. And at the same time, gold is just skyrocketing in value, having days of $20 an ounce, $30 an ounce, $40 an ounce. And people, and even people that have KB accounts, are sitting there watching that happen, afraid to pull the trigger and get some gold.
Well, Joe, I think the point is, you see, remember, everything's by perspective. When you said people are losing profits, you're a guy who's traded. You're a day trader. You've been successful at doing in that arena. My perspective is as the everyday guy who goes, well, maybe some people out there might be thinking, geez, if gold keeps going up, I'm not going to be able to afford to buy it. Wrong. When you said profits, you know what my mind went to? Here's where my mind went to. The only reason gold goes up because the value of the paper money goes down. That's it. So reality is stocks are going to go up, stocks are going to go down. Price of gold is going to go up, price of gold is going down. You know what is a constant? And 100% math, and it's not my opinion. Every time the government prints money, it dilutes the buying power of your money. So instead of making profits, people should be funding their account right now, their KV account, for one reason, in my opinion, because the paper money that you're holding on to right now is losing value as I'm talking to you on this phone. And the only way that that's going to be preserved, honestly, is in something that is stable, and they're not making any new and improved shiny gold. It is a stable across the ages. And that right there, I think, is why everybody's, why gold mining in general across the planet is exploding. And so, for me, I just want to preserve what I got. In the meantime, what an opportunity, because with every adversity comes an equal and greater opportunity. We can open our own account and make referrals, and guess what? You make a few referrals, you know what happens? You hedge yourself against any changes in the price. You either improve your odds, or you hedge any changes in the market of gold that goes down. It's done. It's so simple, and it doesn't cost you a penny. Save your money in gold, preserve your buying power in gold, and refer a few other people that says, that makes sense to me. So two different perspectives. I love what we did on Mount Helix, man. If you look at Joe's, the part number 2, I talked about the opportunity. He talked about the product itself, what we have to offer. He went through a totally different approach. If you watch that, maybe that's going to help, some people on the line here to understand maybe different communication methods. Joe, you did it. Knocked it out of the park, man. Knocked it out of the park. And there's going to be some major changes in people's lives. They have stepped up and said, "I got it now. The light bulb's on. Game on." And so we really encourage you all to go out, and first thing to do is protect yourself, because if you're in this to make money, if you're in this for duplication, what are you going to duplicate? The account itself, once you start funding it, guess what? You start exposing this to people. It's an absolute no way. If you expose it, people won't join. No way. There's no way they will not join. They absolutely will join. The law of averages is only overcome by the law of numbers. If you expose us, they will. And guess what? Then when you go to fund your account, you fund it with your commissions. Now let me ask you a big question. If you make more commissions than it takes to deposit in your account, how much does your gold cost you? If you're making more commissions on your referrals than it did to put the gold in your account, how much did your gold cost you? It's free, man. And somebody told me, "No, Dan, that's like money from a job." Well, maybe it is the first month. Right? You did work, and then you created an account, and you exposed it, and somebody else funded. Well, maybe that is like money from a job at first. But how much more time did it take you to create the residual income that deposited in the month 2? None. Now it's residual income paid out in gold bullion in your account, and it's right there. Get going, fund your account, and expose this to others. People will join. They're being bombarded by the media right now. I'll tell you what, never been more excited about where this team is coming. The baby is crawling, and now it's about to get on its feet, guys. And when it starts to run, this company is going to go into a global power curve. And I believe that we will see, I don't know how many millions of accounts globally will come on board. I don't know, but that people are opportunity seekers out there, and I just hope that you open your eyes and your perception of what you're doing, because perception is a thing that can be changed. That's by your understanding of what you're doing. Anyways, now I'm rambling because I just talk. Anyways.
Okay, but you know what, Boomer? This is the thing that's exciting. With this program, people, we finally have a program where no one, I repeat, no one spends any money. No one is required to spend any money. All we're doing is encouraging people to take paper money and trade it in, exchange it, swap it, whatever you want to use as a word. But what we're really doing is exchanging paper money for gold money. That's all you're doing. You're not spending any money. You're just exchanging one form of currency. You're exchanging currency for real money. And we make money one of two ways. It's actually possible with our program to make money just buying our product. Look at any other business model out there in the direct sales or networking industry. Can you make money buying their product? Does that juice or that lotion or potion or vitamin or diet pill or electronic gizmo gadget, whatever, when you pay for it each month, does it go up in value? Or does it even have any value other than what it can mean to your body if it's a nutritional or whatever? That's so unique. That is so special that our product actually, not only does it have value, but it is value, and it's going up in value. And I've got some statistics that I've kept that I shared up on Mount Helix last week, Boomer. The year-to-date return on gold, I've got it right here. It's just under 30% since January 1st. The Dow Jones, that's the major stock market index. In the last year, it's down 15%. And I actually did these numbers the week before I came out there, but so it's probably down even more than that. So clearly, what's going on here is people are selling their stocks and buying gold. The question is, are you in the game? Do you have skin in the game? Have you bought gold? And I'm going to tell you, every one of us that have gold accounts with KB have seen healthy profits to your gold account. And we buy, we hold, we add to it each month, 1 gram at a time, some people 2 grams at a time. Others are doing major purchases. Boomer, you have them, I have them, we all have them. In our businesses, you've got people coming in and buying, right from the get-go, become a preferred customer. They buy 100 grams, $8,000+ dollars. We have others that are engaging in buying tens of thousands of dollars worth because they understand what's going on. They get it. They have the business and financial intelligence. They know what's going on. So enough about all that. Let's get to some people. Let's get to some questions here. I see Joe Shoop, the actual founder of the Breakfast Club, has a question here. But for all of you that are on the Breakfast Club this morning, if you have a question, what you need to do to raise your hand is to press 5 star. 5 star will ask a question. So if anybody has a question, just press 5 star. Patrick, I see you've got a question, but let's go to Joe Shoop first here. Let's unmute Joe's line. Joe, are you there? I unmuted your line, Joe. Don't hear Joe. Joe, are you there?
There you go. Now you got it unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Hey, Joe. I wanted to say first, I still don't know the guest code because I never come in as a guest. Sorry about that. I had to raise my hand. Number 2 can you see if Tom Richardson is on the line there? Can you see his hand? Can you see him? His name is on next to his phone.
Yeah, his name's on here, but he has not raised his hand.
Okay, I'm going to raise it for him. Can you, I don't know if we can both come in at the same time. I think that we can, but I just want to say this. I had a nice talk with Tom yesterday and Deanna Kennedy. And, Joe, as we know, I think everybody kind of knows that Well, we do here at KB anyway. That gold is certainly going up in value, and it, just as you said, you purchase gold here, and you're purchasing a product that actually is an instant asset. Hypothetically, let's just say that. If the price of gold goes down the first day, okay, so it's not what it was the day before, but that's okay. We know historically that gold over 60 years has increased 27%. Per year, and that's a heck of a return on your investments. Now, we are not an investment company, obviously, but if one were to purchase gold from a broker and it went up 27% a year, I think they'd be pretty darn happy. Now, that being said, I think that a lot of people understand what we're talking about here and purchase gold and so on and so forth. And I don't know that the problem is in gold, and I don't know that there is a problem. The only thing that we're looking at is I think some people have lost confidence in, purchasing gold with us. It's possible. Some people have lost interest. We know that. We have, done various things. We talk to people who have registered, haven't funded, registered, haven't done anything. And, we all know that saying, it's, better to give birth than raise the dead. So we find new people as opposed to trying to bring them back. However, I do think we have an obligation to inform people like we're doing and tell people where KB is going, where KB is. And I think Tom had a great perspective on this yesterday simply because of his attachment to corporate America, to see a new company. And let's face it, KB Edelmetall, a 17-year-old company, opens a new division. This is a baby. It's giving birth to a new division here, and even though there's been success for a few years in Europe and other countries, this is a new baby here in the United States, and it takes time. It takes energy, and sometimes, including myself, I don't understand what's happening at corporate, and how come this isn't right, and that's not right. I think that we have to keep this in perspective, that we are, if you opened your own company, Joe, if you opened on a corner store, I don't care if it was a McDonald's to a Jersey Mike's, doesn't matter. Even if all the formula, even if the manual was in place, it takes time to get your staff, to get your people, to organize, to teach them, what it is that we need to do to serve the people to make a profit. The problem is that this happens with many companies. I don't care how new, how experienced you are. It takes time and energy. And this is what KB has experienced, is that we have hurdles, we jump them. I think that Mike Rasheen has done a great job in, identifying problems. And again, I am myself at times frustrated over certain things, and because I don't understand sometimes what it is, and maybe my lack of reviewing and going back and looking things up, how it works is on me. But Tom Richardson, can you unmute his line for us, Joe? I think people need to hear something here.
Yes, hang on here. Let me scroll up to where he is. There he is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tom, you're live.
Morning, Joe.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Fine.
Tom Richardson is a friend of mine through my friend Deanna Kennedy, how I met Tom. And Tom is I don't know how many years, Tom, I'm going to say 30-some years in corporate America, maybe more.
Right.
And Tom understands, and I mean corporate America, I don't mean, I'm talking about upper management level corporate America that understands the makings, the workings of not only an existing company, but a new company. So, Tom, why don't you just, and I'm going to drop off here as far as I'm going to mute my line. No need to come back on everything. Those that are close enough know I'm on the road now. But I wanted you to give some information about what we talked about yesterday as far as being patient and what you're teaching your people and how you're, having them see that a company needs time and it needs our support and our help to make it happen. And Tom Richardson's one of those people. So, Tom, thank you for being here.
Well, Joe, I'll just kind of briefly summarize what we talked about yesterday. But in my experience in the corporate world, there are so many new companies starting, stopping, ending in bankruptcy, etc., mainly because they're too impatient. And like KB Gold, when I first looked at it, I thought, well, they're going worldwide. and they're a new company just getting into KB Gold, into a business that has a lot of starts and stops. And if you really understand how new companies begin, they begin and work hard, they make some progress, they have some setbacks, they make more progress, and people that are associated with a corporation like that tend to get frustrated and get frozen into time because they can't understand why the corporation isn't moving along so smoothly and everything's going to be fine. And this problem comes up, that problem comes up. I've been through that, and in the corporate world, when a vice president comes in, he changes the whole concept, the whole structure, the whole direction of a corporation because it's his corporation now, and he's going to change it. And really, in a lot of cases, when I was involved, there was no need to change it, but they changed it. And then they went through that process again, starting, stopping, problems occurring, how do we take care of this? In the meantime, what I tell our people now that are in KB Gold, everybody's frustrated. There's a certain amount of frustration there. I understand. I get it because I've lived it, I've experienced it. But most everyone that comes into KB Gold have probably been employees all their life. They don't know what it is to start a company. They don't know what it is to make a payroll. They don't know what it is to get organized to do their business. And so what we've decided in our group is, in order for everyone who has no business experience, we've decided to get them set up in a home-based business. They go through the process of getting established in a home-based business where you have to go through the Secretary of State, those types of things. You have to have a structure, and then you have to be able to make a marketing plan that you can follow. It's sometimes not the best one, but it's better than nothing. I know what a lot of our people have experienced who have been employees all their life is they're just kind of frozen because they don't know what the first step is to take. And we kind of recommend that, you just get a list of 10 people and put them down. And as Joe and Harmon and those say, just put it in front of people. It's an opportunity. We're not selling anything. This is marketing. Joe Shoop says, if you stay between the manufacturer and the consumer, business is going to run into you. And as they're running by you, just show them the opportunity. You're not selling anything, so there's nothing to really be embarrassed about. But the people that you show and don't respond, when things get better, they're going to be calling you and wanting to register for a KB Gold Savings Certificate. But that's how we work it. We have a structure where we publish a directory and give the directory to everybody. And it has all of our upline people's phone numbers, etc. We focus on three things particularly. We have a simple little marketing plan where, number one, you have to understand your KB Vision, kb-vision.com. That's your savings account. A lot of people that we brought in were totally confused between the KB-Vision account, the savings account, and the Team One website. And so we make sure that they do three things. They first concentrate on the kbvision.com because that's your savings account. Then the marketing tool that you have with the website, Team One website, there's so many tremendous marketing features in there, but nobody seems to want to go in there and spend any time looking at it, becoming familiar with it. We actually, I just the other day sat down with one of our new people and had them take their Team One website and use it as a marketing tool. I sent them the Team One website. They clicked on, filled out the form, and listened to the video. Then they got the response back. Okay, then I wanted them to know what the other side is looking like, so I had them turn around and send one to me. And that's a practice session. But it's also a learning session on how to use the tools that are available for you. You can have all the tools in the world. If you don't know how to use them, They have no value to you. And as we go through that, then everyone says, well, geez, I don't want to sell nothing. I said, you don't have to sell anything. As Joe Boomer and Joe and Dr. Dennis say, just show it to them. Just put it in front of them. You shouldn't be embarrassed or afraid to do that because you're helping them do something. You're helping to bring them into KB Gold as this country is looking down the road 4 or 5 years. KB Gold is going to be the only place to be. And so instead of being frozen in time, pay attention to these three things. The third one is mykbgold.us. And all you have to do is when you show the people, you give them the phone and let them listen to the video, or not the video, but to the recording, the 2-minute recording, and ask them, what's your current interest in KB Gold? Then you go from there. Boomer says that's beautifully all the time. And once they get there, then and they have other questions, and please don't answer the questions. All that does is turn these people off, and they get a feeling that, well, I got to know all this stuff. No, you just send them to KB Gold or mykbgold.us, and you can find any answer to any question that they might have. And you are the messenger, you're not the message. This is simple if you begin to understand it, but in order to understand it, you have to practice it, even if you send it to each other. Just get in the habit of using it. In the corporate world, they don't teach you that. And so what happens is that you start all over again. Every time something new comes in, everybody looks at it and they say, well, I don't know what to do. They're kind of frozen in time. KB Gold is something that you shouldn't allow it to freeze you. You should allow yourself to get accustomed to KB Vision, mykbgold.us, and the Team One website. Those are the only three things you need to do. And then set yourself up in a business. You can't believe, if you're not in a home-based business, you're losing on the average of $6,000 a year in legal deductions. That's a plus that you can take that money and buy KB Gold with. So there's a lot of things in your perspective that you have to start investigating on your own. And the upline's there to help you. They help all of us. And so I'm going to cut it off at that point. Maybe I've talked too much, but I'm trying to give you a sense of just keep moving on and get your own act organized and be able to function so you can help and duplicate others. And that's basically the story that Joe and I Deanna talked about the other day.
That's brilliant.
Absolutely. Joe Shoop, you still there? Guess not.
That's Tom.
All right, Tom, thank you for your perspective. And you know, I always tell people, look, KB isn't where it needs to be, but it's not where it used to be. It is where it is. And every week we are seeing new layers of features and functionality. They're moving the ball down the field. And what it is we have the mechanisms in place to purchase gold. We have the mechanisms in place to build income. Guys, we are in 47 countries. We're open for business right now. 47. And you know what? When we first got rolling, it was in the teens, and then it went up to 21, then 26. Now, boom, 47, and there's more coming. They have plans by the end of the year of being in 90 countries. So the question is, why are you involved? What is your reason? And if your reason is to just protect your assets, maybe multiply them if you can by owning gold, then hey, great, do it. And if it's to build a business, do it. Or maybe like Boomer and I and Tom and Dr. Dennis and Joe Shoop, we want all that, all of the above. Then there's nothing holding you back. Just do it. So we've got some other questions, and let's get to them right now. I've got one from, hang on here. Where did I see that? I thought I saw Patrick. Yeah, Patrick. Let me lower your hand here, unmute your line. You're live. Go ahead, Patrick.
Hey guys, that's a great input. Joe Shoop and his partner there. Yeah, we're all experiencing the freeze of the startup of a company, and it's everywhere. Anywhere that I'm here, you open up a mom and pop sub shop. It's going to take time for it to get out to the masses and introduce what you have to offer. And we're just, like I said, we've just been birthed, and a baby does not walk. It has to be nurtured. So it is what it is, and we're just in the right now. All of us are in the right time as this company is going where it's going, and it's definitely going in places that it's going to be unheard of. But my question is, have we heard anything as of yet of the starter packs? Yeah, Patrick, the starter packs are happening as we speak. I expect it any day now. So we know that that is a priority of theirs. The first thing first, though, they're trying to get the last of the commission runs, the data uploaded so they can pay out our commissions on time on the 1st, which is 8 days away. But I do know the starter packs are imminent, and we can see that, and we'll let that. We'll send out emails, post in our chat rooms and a Skype the minute that happens. And in fact, I would encourage everybody to have a Skype account where we can add you to our Skype chat rooms, because that's the first place all breaking news is posted. So that's happening any day now, Patrick. So I've also got a question from someone, area code 919, and the last 4 digits of the phone number is 1712. So we got 919. And the last 4 digits, 1712. You're live on the Breakfast Club. Go ahead with your question.
Ron, go ahead.
You've got your hand up.
Hello, how's everybody doing? Can you hear me well?
Who is this?
This is Ron Smith. I'm calling from Texas.
Ron Smith. Welcome to the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, my question is, just wanted to first of all, I want to start off with a comment. Just want to let everybody know that KD is featured as the new kid on the block in the Network Marketing Business Journal. And according to the price of gold, there's a projection that over 10, over a few years, maybe 5 to 10 years, that the price could go up to possibly $5,000 to possibly $10,000 an ounce. So I just wanted to say that the price that we see now in gold, perception-wise, could be very cheap right now. So, and also, I got Mr. Dr. Awad on the call with me. He's my sponsor, and we just want to know about the possible opening countries that are next to come on board. We know that India has just come in. What are the other countries that are in line to come in? Thank you.
Well, they're all listed in your back office, Ron. Under your General tab, if you mouse over General, and then click on Active Countries, and it lists all the countries in Central and South America, in Asia, in Europe, all over the globe.
Okay, great.
So those are all listed there. Yeah, no problem. We'll go ahead and mute your line again. Thank you for your question. All right, anybody else has a question? What you need to do is press 5-star. 5-star will unmute your line. Well, actually, it will raise a hand. I got one from Joey. 832, that's Joe Shoop. Okay. Okay, Joe. Joe Shoop, you got a question here? Or a comment? Your hand keeps getting raised here. I don't know what's happening there. Okay, how about anybody else? Any other questions? 5-star will raise your hand. I'll see that on the control panel. 5-star. Okay, no more questions. Going once, going twice. Let me look again. Okay, I see Ron, you got another question here. Ron Smith, you are unmuted.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead with your question.
Hi, this is Mia.
Yes, Mia. Go ahead with your question, Mia. We lost Mia. Any other questions, guys? We don't want to waste people's time with dead air. If you have a question, raise your hand, 5-star, and if not, we'll go ahead and wrap up the call. I guess that's it for today. Boomer, if you have any final comments?
Well, you know what? You never get paid for what you know. You only get paid for what you do with what you know. So, if you have an account, do something with it. Let's work together as a team and go help you reach your goal. And everybody else will reach theirs.
Please, you got that? I gotta go to the restroom.
Okay. Well, we got some background noise there. We're going to go ahead and wrap up today's call. Guys, there is no Jimmy Larson webinar today. Jimmy's traveling, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up the call. So this is the last event for today. You can go to mykbgold.us and mouse over the More tab. Click on Live Events for the complete live event schedule. So for Dr. Dennis, for Joe Shoop, for Dr. Dan, Dan Girolamo. This is Joe Norman here in Ohio. You guys have a fantastic and blessed day, and we'll see you all at the top.